sports all plays. All sports all plays. All sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Wednesday, February 21st, 2024. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
Oh, not too bad. Hanging in there. Didn't do real good on my picks last night.
You couldn't have done no worse than me.
What'd you do?
1-6.
Damn. I went 4-4.
I had a terrible fucking.
And I had one push. I went 4-4 and a push.
I went 0-3 in college basketball. UConn got upset by Creighton last night.
I was just putting UConn over last night, and they get beat.
Tennessee lost to Missouri.
Yeah, I had Tennessee.
And I had Baylor, who was an underdog, and they lost. But, and then I went 1-3 in hockey. So.
See, I did pretty good in hockey. I went 3-2, but I went 1-2 in college basketball, and I had a push.
Yeah, so only game I had right was the Jets beating the Wild in hockey. The rest of my shit was wrong yesterday. That's one of the worst days I've had.
Yeah, I'm 142-95.
It's the worst day I've had this year. I know that. But
you sure? Because I thought you had like one day like 1-6 or something. What was that last year?
I was 1-6 yesterday.
Okay, I thought you had another one that way too.
I know I was like 3-7 one day. I was 2-6 one day last week.
Okay, maybe it was.
I was 2-6 one day last week. I've been 3-6.
2024 is not your year so far.
No.
Picks, that's for sure. Because you killed it last year, I think.
Yeah, I did this year. I'm not getting off to a good start.
This year, you're getting killed.
I'm still above 500, but yeah, not near like I was last year. I'm 128 and 123. So
yeah, you was way over 500 last
year. Yeah, close to 100 games. But I have it wrote. It's in my other book, but yeah, that's crazy. Not getting off to a good start.
You're gonna turn it around today. Turn it around.
I don't know.
Turn it around.
Need some NFL back. Baseball. I usually do pretty good in baseball, so that'll be back here in just a few weeks. So that'll help too. A lot of it is the sports that are going on right now are the ones that are the hardest for me to watch on TV. As in, just for me to get interested in watching them on TV. I should say I can get all the games, but I'm not. NBA is hard to watch every night anymore. They don't play hard. It's not. To me, it's not really basketball. It's all let's pull up from 40 feet.
Do you think it was the right move for the UFL to move back and instead of the XFL? They started.
Yeah, they started like the week after this. The week after the Super Bowl,
and they're not starting till March 30th, I believe.
Is that when it is? I knew it
I
was.
thought it was March 30th.
It might be March. I knew they did move back some. I was wondering why. I don't know. Maybe they think people need a little bit of a break from football, but I think if you just started it up, because I know myself after the Super Bowl, a lot of nights I'm looking for something to watch. This is the time of year where I actually do watch a little stuff that's not sports.
Whenever I was home, I was watching XFL. There was times I was gone, of course.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we watched a lot of the XFL last year. I didn't watch much of the USFL.
no, I didn't either.
A lot of times I didn't really know when the games was on. That was one thing I knew when the XFL games were on, because it seemed like I saw advertising when I was watching the other stuff.
Yeah, XFL.
The USFL, I didn't see that as much. I'd see a little bit sometimes when I was watching something on Fox or on FS1, but you didn't see it. I didn't think you saw as much advertising.
No, XFL was a lot better at marketing. Input on there, the OC, which is Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, showed up in the NXT last night. So that's cool. They haven't been used a whole lot since they went back to WWE, and that's part of that's when Styles got hurt and that changed plans. But
Yeah, cause were they getting ready to do something with
yeah. So that
with,
changed.
them and Styles?
Yeah, so that all changed. So we'll see where they're going with that.
You think they'll ever get back to that?
I'm not sure where they're going. I'm not sure what they're doing with Styles' character. He's just walking around pissed off all the time. So I don't know where they're going with that. So
I'm sure it's not. They're probably happy that they are getting a little bit of work now, but the way them contracts work, they were getting paid.
getting paid.
They were probably enjoying that too, getting paid and not having to put all that wear and tear on your body.
Well, I'm sure they're doing house shows, and then at TV they've just been doing backstage segments and not wrestling in the ring. They've been on TV for the last 5-6 weeks, but they haven't been in the ring. So we'll see. Mr. Jones,
how's it going, Jones?
I watched most of your guys' manager show last night. Thought it was pretty good. I watched for an hour, then I had to go to NXT. I'm not gonna lie.
I saw a little bit of it. I haven't seen all of it yet, but I did see a little bit of it. I thought it was good as well.
After the show, I'm gonna watch NWA new installment. Chris can verify. I watch wrestling 7 days a week, and it's either new wrestling, old wrestling, or something about wrestling. And lately, either that or music. So,
oh yeah, it'd be interesting what they see with Gallows. I'd like to see Gallows get some stuff. We got to meet him.
Got to meet Gallows.
He was real. Seemed like a real cool guy. So
it wasn't what I expected. I was never a huge fan of Gallows, but after meeting him, I became a big fan of Gallows.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he seemed real nice. I know he was real nice to us, and he seemed real cool that night we got to meet him. So
really down, really down to earth.
Well, still no NBA. NBA comes back tomorrow. I ended up going with 4 college basketball games for tonight. Didn't do great in college basketball last night, but I didn't do great in anything last night on them picks. I do got quite a bit of soccer going on too. I just don't know enough about.
I don't know
soccer.
About soccer.
Well, might be better than can't be no worse than what I've done yesterday. Really, I'm going with the number 8 Duke at the -6.5 on the road at Miami, Florida. Duke is a -275 favorite. Over under is 148.5. Miami's a +220 underdog. I like Duke at the -6.5. Also like number 12 Illinois at Penn State. Illinois is a 7.5 point favorite on the road. -330 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 156.5. I'm going to take number 16 Dayton at the -3.5 on the road at George Mason. Dayton's a -170 favorite, and the over under is 133.5. And I'm going to take Kentucky minus 5.5 on the road to LSU. Kentucky's a minus 225 favorite on the money line. And the over-under's at 163.5. So I like Duke minus 6.5, Illinois minus 7.5, Dayton minus 3.5, and Kentucky at the minus 5.5.
Okay, my college basketball picks for tonight. I got Lehigh minus 2.5 at Army. I got State Bonaventure minus 6 at LaSalle. I've got Illinois, like you, minus 7.5 at Penn State. And then I have Richmond minus 4 at Rhode Island. Those are my college picks for tonight.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. NHL tonight, I want the Canadians at home on the money line versus the Sabres. Oilers at home on the money line against the Bruins. And the Maple Leafs on the road on the money line against the Coyotes.
Okay, I want Philadelphia money line at Chicago. I want Buffalo money line at Montreal. And I want Toronto money line at Arizona. That's my NHL picks for tonight.
All right. Did you have any other picks?
Nope, that's it for me. I might take a look at some soccer, maybe see what I can read. I'll do a little reading up on it.
Looks like the first spring training game for baseball is Thursday, tomorrow.
The Reds? The Reds play Saturday, I believe. First.
Tomorrow is Dodgers and Padres play at 3:00 tomorrow.
Might be on the MLB network or something. Might check a little bit of it out.
That's the only game. That's the only game it's showing on here for
NBA's back tomorrow, right?
Yes. Yeah, NBA's back tomorrow. Pacers play tomorrow night. Pacers play the Pistons in Indianapolis at 7 tomorrow.
Glenn will be flying out here pretty soon. Probably Friday to go to Atlanta.
He might be going. He might be leaving tomorrow because I know he had said he wasn't going to be in none of the.
Yeah,
he wasn't going to be at the Pacer games this week.
Yeah, it might be tomorrow.
So he might be leaving tomorrow since he's not going to be at the Pacer game. Looks like there's like 12 NBA games tomorrow. Full slate. So there's a full slate of games tomorrow.
Well, it should be. Nobody's going to have it off after having a week off.
First game starts at 7. Late games on the East Coast start at 10. I like the Pacers, but man, I don't like that spread.
He's leaving Saturday morning.
Oh, Saturday morning. Or maybe no Pacer games next week. Because he'll be in Atlanta and then they go into.
I can't remember. He said.
He's going to IU Iowa game tomorrow.
Okay.
He's going to see Caitlin Clark.
I hope IU plays better than they did the other night on national TV. They got their ass kicked.
Now they're going against maybe the best player in the world. You see that shot she hit there tonight to break the record?
Yeah.
Crazy. Cross over to your weak hand. You're fading to the left when you shoot that from 35, 40 feet.
You think she's going to be a fever? Or are you worried?
I'm a little worried that she's going to go back to Iowa for another year. But I don't know. In a way, I think she's going to be with the Fever. But there is a part of me that thinks there's a chance that she could go back to Iowa. But what reason I think she's going to end up with the Fever is I think the competitive nature in her, she's ready to go up to that next level competition, competitive wise.
Now, what do you think if she goes there next year? Does that make the Fever a playoff team next year?
It could, with what they've been building with the young players they have, and you have Aaliyah Boston that you got last season, and Berger and them. You add her. I think they have a chance. So yeah, it's gonna be. I hope she comes to the Fever. For one, it'll help Fever get a lot better. But for two, it's gonna help. Not even getting better as a team. It's going to help with everything, just because all the attention she's going to bring.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, there's they're beating NBA games in ratings. I think it was a Boston Miami game last week that women's college basketball had a higher rating than.
That ain't happened very often, has it?
No, and the tickets. I mean, hell, the average ticket price to go watch her play that night, she broke the record, was like $400.
Really?
I'm not saying it was right, but back in the day, you go to a women's basketball game that almost for free. They were just trying to get people to come in the
No,
building.
I know. My son-in-law goes to a lot of games in Chicago. He goes to DePaul and a lot of those women's games because it's a cheap ticket, plus he likes basketball and he likes women's basketball too. So
And I'll be honest with you, and like, well, I don't know if you knew this, but last year the women's national championship game had higher ratings than the men's college basketball national
Really?
championship game.
I didn't know that.
But and I think the reason is because if you watch some of it, it's more pure basketball. You still see defense played. They're still passing. It's not all threes. They do shoot. Don't get me wrong. They shoot threes, but it's not all threes. I think it's a more pure form of basketball, and I think that, and you're starting to see more people gravitate to that. Now, don't get me wrong. It helps you have a star. You have a star like Clark. And don't get me wrong. There's been others as well, but right now she's the one that's really, really kind of helped elevate it even more. But no, I hope she comes out this year. But there is a part of me that thinks that with all the NIL money and all the money she can make, she might stay for another year. Stayed for another year. She could put that scoring record probably where nobody would ever catch it. And does she think maybe she could win that national championship? That'd be the only other thing there is really for her to accomplish. She got Iowa to the national championship game last year. I don't. So I mean, I'd be about the only other thing to accomplish would be if she's wanting to try to win a national championship. But are you going to win the national championship in Iowa? I mean,
one real quick note. It happened a week or so ago, but I didn't know if you've seen it. Shane McMahon's has one son playing IU. The other son signed a letter of intent to go to play football at North Carolina.
So, I hadn't seen that. I knew he had a son play at IU, but
Yep, he just signed to play at North Carolina. That's pretty cool. I have two kids playing, especially North Carolina is definitely a decent football school. IU's not so great, but hopefully they'll turn that around.
Dela Cruz hit a foul ball yesterday at spring training and it hit Hunter Green's window with his car.
Yeah, I've seen
that. You think Major League Baseball players have been around enough to know you don't park close to the diamond.
You think? Well, I mean, I know that was upset Creighton beating him, but Creighton was ranked, wasn't he? I thought.
Yeah, but they were ranked I think they were ranked like, I want to say like 16th or 17th.
Yeah, that sounds right.
They were somewhere between 15 and 20, and then UConn was what, 2, 3, something like that.
Yeah, I think 2 maybe.
But they beat them pretty good too, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so.
I know fucking Missouri killed Tennessee. Tennessee was almost a 12-point favorite.
No, I had that pick, 11.5. Yeah. Well, Purdue got upset the other day.
Purdue always does that. Every time they'll get up to the number one ranked team, and they'll lose the next game, or they'll beat a real good team, and then play against the team that they should beat, and they lose. Our coach has done good there, but if he don't do something in the tournament soon, that it just keeps getting louder and louder.
Yep.
which to me, in a way, is kind of ridiculous. You got a guy that's doing a good job, but let's get rid of him because he's not getting to where we want. But you might get rid of him and then go the other way.
Yeah, it could be real bad.
Well, all right, you got anything else before we get out of here for today?
No, I'm ready to go.
Hopefully, I have a better night on my picks tonight.
I hope so. Need to get it turned around.
Shit, I'm gonna pull you if I go one for if I have another bad night like last night. Tomorrow, I ain't picking shit.
I'm gonna pick NBA Thursday. They just pissed me
I
off.
might pick it. Yeah, I'll pick NBA, but I ain't picking college basketball or hockey if I have another night
Yeah.
like I did last night. But please hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. If you missed the DCCW show from Saturday, go check it out on our YouTube page as well. We appreciate everybody watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.